I can't believe I'm still alive after reviewing the first Final Destination. That's why I'm in a forest. I'm hiding out away from where death could get me. Just in case he's got plans for me, you know? I'm in Salad and I saw Final Destination 2. It is directed by David R. Ellis, written by J. Mackay Gruber and Eric Bress. If you haven't seen this movie, I will spoil it for you. This is requested by a Patreon. If you'd like the fast track a movie review, go to patreon.com/ASEPresents. The time is 5:10 p.m. Temperature is 89 degrees and it is 50% humidity. On with the review. This movie follows Kimberly. She's going to Daytona Beach with a bunch of her friends. This takes place a year after the first Final Destination movie. She's waiting in really busy traffic, waiting to get on the highway. She's on the on-ramp. She gets a flash before her eyes, but I like how the Final Destination movies present it as they're just going through it, and then they feel like they're going through whatever they're doing, and then they die. And then they snap back to reality. Oh, I can't get on this highway. The logs falling off of the truck. That is from this movie. It is terrifying. Every time I'm driving in the interstate, if I'm behind a trucker who has those open logs, and trust me, after this movie came out, there are some serious safety standards going on. I don't know what the safety standards were back then when this movie came out. If this happened all the time, just logs falling off of trucks. But I look at trucks now, and they've got the safetiest of safety equipment. Definitely because of this movie. But even then, I'm like, I have to pass this guy really quickly. I am going to get away from him. I'm not going to be behind him. I had an instinctual fear of this, but seeing this movie, I'm like, no, what if this happened? What if the logs fell off of a truck? Then everybody would die. And that's what happens in this movie. A bunch of people get impaled via log. And she's like, I can't get on. I can't get on the highway, and she's blocking traffic. People behind her are honking. Even got a cop being like, what's the problem, lady? I think I'm gonna die if I get on this highway. You remember the guy who said he was gonna die when he before he got off of the plane, and then he got off the plane and it exploded? Yes, ma'am. Yes, I do remember that. Well, it's gonna happen, I swear. He's like, nah, I don't think it's gonna happen. And then guess what? It happens. A big old pile up, a collision happens. The log thing occurs, and so many people are dead, and they're like, oh my goodness, how did you know this? I don't know, I just felt it, and I felt a strong fear against going on the highway. But if you've seen a Final Destination movie, the format is this: they've all cheated death, so now they must get got one by one by one by one. Each person gets death in a particular order, just like the last movie, but instead of forwards, it is actually backwards. Kimberly has to go see the chick from last movie, Clear. She has to go see her. She's in a hospital, an asylum or whatever. I don't know what they're called, but she's locked herself in there because she doesn't want to be death by death, you know? She is the last one alive from the last Final Destination movie, and Kimberly's over here like, yo, I'm in a similar predicament. Can you please help? And you know, they do be helping. It's a good time. The chick, Clear, she helps, and she actually ends up dying in this one because she comes out of her hospital hole and just dies. She doesn't die immediately, but she gets got by the death machine. Kimberly's like, okay, I gotta get out of this death loop. I had a vision that there is a woman who is euthanizing me, or I can't tell what was going on, but I think the pregnant woman who is behind me in the cars on the on-ramp, she was supposed to die. I gotta make sure that she's protected, that she's safe. And Kimberly puts a lot of attention into making sure the pregnant woman is fine, but actually she was not supposed to die. Somebody else dies because Kimberly puts the attention on the pregnant woman instead of this person. And I like how she's like, okay, so who is supposed to die next? Me? Oh no, how will we break the death cycle? They realize that they're going straight for a car accident, and the car accident happens, and Kimberly ends up dying, but she gets resuscitated by a nurse, and she's like, oh, I didn't get euthanized by a nurse. I got resuscitated. Wow, the death cycle has ended. I'm like, okay, that's because death had his fun for now. Or he, whatever, it. Freaking pronouns. You know, I like this one, especially because of the log scene. That one's pretty terrifying. I am very scared of logs crashing into my car. I feel like this with deer too. Like, I feel the same thing if I were to hit a deer and those logs, they would both go through my window and impale me. Hopefully it's not a male deer and has the antlers and it doesn't like go through my chest. Or maybe if a deer went through my windshield, then it would go impale me. That's my fear, and I fear the same thing with these logs. It would just go right through my window, and with all the force, it would just a freaking giant hole would just go through my chest, and then I'm dead, and I'm like no longer be able to save, and then there goes my potential. There goes all the plans that I had. So I'm like, I have to do everything now, because what if that would happen? What if that happened, you know? Do you ever think about that? Let me know in the comments below. Anyway, this is a fun movie. I enjoyed it a lot. I like thinking about death because it keeps me motivated, because it will happen. So it's the best thing to do is think about it and be like, okay, I gotta come up with a contingency plan. I gotta prepare for the inevitable. You know, something like that, versus hiding away, being like, I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about it. And then ending up wasting my life and then it just happens anyway. I'd rather just do something now. And then when I'm on my deathbed, be like, I'm so glad I did 5,000 movie reviews in a row. Even though I'm currently at 1,041 in a row. I'll get to 5,000. But on my deathbed, I'll be like, yes, I did it. I can lay peacefully. Bleh. You know, stuff like that. That's what I think about when watching this movie, and I like this movie because of that reason. So I'm gonna give it, I think it is fun. It's not as good as the first one, for sure. The first one is classic. You can't beat that. This one follows like the same formula, but there's a little bit of a twist. The woman, Kimberly, she has more knowledge about what happened after the plane stuff. She knows like the symptoms. She knows that she's not alone, and I suspect that the future Final Destination movies are also going to be like that as well. So I'm going to give this one, it's a 6.9 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another one the platform really likes. That's if I haven't reviewed it on the channel, there's a chance I haven't seen it at all. That's why you gotta get the Patreon request at patreon.com/ASEPresents. $20 dinos for one movie review per 1 month. Also support the daily grindness by going to autisticbooze.com, so you can go here. And until next time, I'm Mint Salad. I'll see you later, my salad croutons and bacon bits. Oh, the forest is on fire. Uh-oh, wait. Wait. What? How did I get on fire? Ah!